to put your hands together now. I want you to put your hands together now.
Encryption Algorithm would like to thank you for joining the 420 podcast, already in progress. Welcome to the cypher.
I want you to put your hands together now.
Take you turn. All right, so here we are on a special, very special episode of 420 Freedom Friday, right? Freedom Friday. Today's episode is all dedicated to the process that we're undergoing right now. We mentioned to you, we brought you into the Monopolized universe. And, we've been showing you around and watching the development of that. But it became really relevant to me that we should take some time out to not explain the project, because we've been doing that, but to talk about the experience of making it. And, that's a little insight for you, but I think you'll find that it's applicable to your own life, no matter what your own artistry is, whatever it is that you do.
It's a lot to that.
It is. Yeah. I've been saying that like it's a labor of love, because it's laborious.
Yeah, you better love it.
Yeah, you do. You have to love it.
Because you ain't gonna do it.
No, and it's really hard. And you can talk yourself out of it.
Oh, people can talk you out.
People can talk you out of it. A lot of people have all the dreams deferred for whatever reason. You found some reason to put them off. You found some reason to not pursue that which was calling you because it's difficult. And we have to learn how to navigate through those difficulties, especially in the process of something like collaboration. That was one of the things that we were discussing the other episode. And it's just like, maybe people don't normally collaborate. You don't normally collaborate. And there's all kind of different levels of stress that go along in the process of making something with someone else.
Of course, because you're dealing with personality and ego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're going to have a vision, but then it's the participation and the things that go with actually making it develop and become. The egos and the personalities start to clash, and that's one of them. I said it in the first Art Unmuted, man. The art is getting us to come together and doing something. That's the art.
Yeah.
Because we, as black people, we don't understand working with each other.
No. And this process is the body of work. It's not so much the things that you see. It won't even be so much the film that you come and watch. It's the process of creation. Like, we are the body of work, and we give everything of ourselves to do this. We get tired. We get frustrated. But there's something that is required when you attempt to do something that's greater than you. When you attempt to work toward common goals, you have to put yourself behind. And a lot of times we're not accustomed to doing that. You have people who want to be in front and they want to be seen and they want credits and all these different things. And well, you get credit for the work that you do. It's evident, it's visible, right? But that ego part, you know, that human part, those flaws, the insecurities, all of those things have a way of working themselves and coming out when you're in the process of creation. And so, you know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because I know that this is something that, you know, it's not just pertinent to what we're doing right now. It's pertinent to everybody in their own individual lives because I felt it before. There's been so many things in my life that I have attempted to do or thought I wanted to do, many ideas that I've dreamt of. I talked myself out of it. It got too hard. I quit. You know, I mean, I couldn't see how I was going to do it. It was too daunting. It was too intimidating. I couldn't figure out how all the parts were going to come together. And when you come to do something as large as this is a very large endeavor that requires so much of your personal self and so much of the personal, the personal sacrifice. It becomes important to understand, for one, what it is that you're working for. And I would also say, to follow with that, you have to be working for something that is more important than you. It has to be something that's substantial because there's all kind of reasons to stop. There are all kind of reasons to quit. And when we look at the condition of blackness, when we look at our communities, when we look at about the fact that we've been fighting for freedom and justice and civil rights and all equality and all these other different kind of things, and seemingly, you know, we make progress, maybe it's 2 steps forward, then 1 step back. We have to deal with the fallacy of white supremacy rearing its head and people acting as if that's some kind of new phenomenon when it's just been here all the time. And you have to walk through that every day. That places a lot of constraint on your ability to just not only exist, not only survive, but to create and then therefore to thrive. And so it becomes a lot that you have to overcome. And, you know, we have to encourage each other in the process, but at the same time, you know, you have to be realizing that you're working for something that's much larger than you. And that's why this particular project is so important. Because we need to show you that it can be done.
It definitely shows perseverance, endurance, you know. Because since day one of this whole project, we've been under duress, distress, stress, you know, frustration, anger, you know, tired. But even dealing with our own people in our own midst, even dealing with ourselves, it gets difficult, you know. But we never stopped. You see what I'm saying? We continue to look for the elevated places in what we do. And that's what marks your perseverance, because you was able to not only withstand, but you overstood and you overcame. And the results are evident.
Yeah, they are.
Right. Now we are able to present something on a much higher level based on the strength and integrity of who we are and the character that we put into our work. And that's what everybody needs to come to understand now, because after the persevering through all the things, your reciprocal response is far greater than the worldly advancements you're going to get, because you are giving something to the world now. And that, like I said, like you said, it's easy to just don't do it. I mean, see, I want to get up out the bed and leave my home and leave my beautiful wife. And
5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Right. The walls don't just pop up. No, things don't just get made. And when you're tired, you still have to find that energy to keep, again, like you say, persevering, to move forward. There was something you said to me not too long ago, I think would be pertinent. What was it? No one gets credited for the foundation?
You never get paid for laying the foundation. You get paid what's built on the foundation.
Yeah. I mean, that's really poignant, you know, because a lot of times, like, we work, and some of the work that we do, especially as artists, is thankless. You know, no one is going to show up and say, hey, man, you did a wonderful job, or thank you so much for what you did, you know, for the community or what you provided. but the work still has to be done anyway.
Right. And that's where that's the part we miss.
Yeah.
You know, because you could see the walls, but somebody had to cut the wood. Somebody had to measure the wood. Somebody had to come with the idea of how to make the structure itself. Somebody had to stretch the canvas on the wood. Somebody had to prime the canvas. Somebody had to put the wall up. You know, those are things that have to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's not just saying that you're a business owner. Yeah, that's building yourself. That's building your brand. That's building your business. That's ownership. You know, putting your hands and developing your reality.
It is. And this is a part that we want you to really experience with us, because this is the part that you never get to see, you know, how things come into being, how, you know, creation comes into form and into shape. You go places and you see beautiful pieces of whatever and you think, oh wow, that's wonderful. And it is wonderful, but it, you know, it's a really laborious thing, and creation doesn't even work on our time. You know, that's another issue too. You know, we may want to do something, we may envision it this way, we may think we're going to do it at this point in time, and that's just not how it happens, which can be frustrating. So these all become processes that you have to navigate through. You have to navigate around, and it's very poignant in terms of this particular project, because what we're talking about here is navigation. How are we navigating through life? How are we navigating through the obstacles that are placed on the conditions of blackness as a whole? And it's not exclusive to blackness, because again, I will tell you that everyone is monopolized, you know, everybody. But my body of work and your body of work and whatever it is that we create together is designed to be specifically for our people, because we're ignored. We're
The voiceless.
underrepresented otherwise. We are the voiceless, you know, and so we're moving beyond this space of being monopolized and marginalized into not only surviving but thriving. And we're thriving through becoming monopolists of our own manifestations, right? And that's a lot to say in theory, and anyone can say it in theory, but I want you to understand that what you're seeing now is an application in practice, you know, and maybe it's not even practice, it's just in doing. What's up, my sister? See, I had to shout out my sister over here. You can't see her, she off camera. But, you know, she's always telling me, we're not trying, you know, because if you're trying, you're not doing. And I take that to heart every time I hear it. I'm like, damn, I got to go do something opposed to try to do things. And it's you know, it's a different switch. I mean, it may sound like nuance, but it does change the way you go about even your everyday life.
Your approach.
Yes, absolutely. And understanding how we redefine what success is. You know, success, oftentimes we place value in the wrong things. You know, success is anytime you go out, you've set an intention and you actually accomplish that, that's success.
Man, every time.
So before September 23rd, we're already successful because we've already created something. We've done the impossible. We've done something that most people couldn't see, couldn't understand, and couldn't believe. And we can't wait to share that with everybody else. You know, that's a very, you know, I'm glad. See, now I get sidetracked, but now that I just heard that, I'm going to say dreams, because I'm talking about reality. I'm not talking about dreams, but people have what we call dreams, right? And sometimes you want to express those dreams to other people. You have to learn when and where you can share those things and with whom. And then you also have to learn, you know, what it is that you need to take from people, because some things you have to completely shut off. You know, when you're in the process of creation, sometimes you have to completely not think about what other people say, because it interferes with the process within itself. And That's a challenge. And so you have to learn, how to navigate that space, because there are a lot of energy vampires and a lot of dream killers and squashers and all that kind of stuff, because they can't see anything greater for themselves. And a lot of times we can't see anything greater when we're inside of hell, you know.
Right.
How are you may want to envision something more, but all you see is madness around you, And so how do you get your mind out of that condition? These are choices. I said that the choice is easy, but the work is not. And the choice itself is just a conscious decision that you make. But the process that you have to go through to change all of that, it's not easy at all. And that's where we give up. So many times we just say, fuck it.
But that's what makes us dynamic.
It
that's what
is.
makes us Ur.
It is.
Because the power of Ur never subsides. It's never going to allow you to fail. It's never going to allow you to fall, because it's in you and it's who you are. So you have to make it evident even in everything you do. So that's how you see when they call God working. That's what you see, and this is what we did, because it definitely wasn't just a me. As I said, I would much rather prefer staying in bed, chilling in my crib, than giving my whole life and sacrificing my existence, my agency to produce this. Because now I know when people come in here, they're going to feel it themselves.
Absolutely. That's the entire intention. I can only second that. We could have done this a number of ways that would not have been as laborious, right? But we did it the way that it's being done for a particular reason. And
that's because it developed its own growth process.
Yeah, it did. It became something larger than us, larger than what we thought we were even doing to begin with.
Right.
And you just can't overlook that. That's a very important part of this story. And it's very important for you to see us going through that. I can't say it's stumbling blocks, but it's growth, it's progress. You have to be able to recognize it when you see it and learn how to apply that to the things that are going on in your own life, whatever it is that your situation may be. And that's the freedom. Learn to free yourself, because we're all outside of ourselves right now. We're all outside of our comfort zone. And you got to free yourself to do that. That's free thought, as you say, thoughts that are unchained. Sometimes those things don't feel comfortable. Sometimes just the idea of them, makes you cringe. But you have to learn how to free your own mind from that and move forward and progress anyway. And when you're working with someone, there's a synergy that you create that has a way of carrying not only you as an individual, but carrying everything. You know what I mean? Like it has to. It has to.
Somebody got to be stable.
Right.
Either whether it's the other person or
right.
the other.
Yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
has to be, I know I ain't. I'm just going to do what I do, but I ain't stable. I don't care about none of this stuff. I'm tired of talking this low level type of talk to these people anyway, So I have to show something extraordinary so we can start talking about those things.
Right.
And this is, again, see, we sacrificing ourselves for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So black people have to come to understand, man. This is no longer a thing of we gotta go looking for stuff to do. You got too much to do. You gotta start with yourself and then come on with it. We can build our own buildings. We can have our own hospitals. We can have our own schools. Our own schools full of our own education. Those are things that we need. We need our own establishments. We need our own communities
that are self-sustaining.
Yeah, they have to be
self-sustaining.
They have to be, because you ain't doing nothing if you have somebody else setting stipulations and speculations and regulations and policies. You still under their control.
Right.
Yeah, we need to get our own thing.
And you have all the power to do so.
Man, more than enough. And you have the Most High in you.
Yeah.
With you, in you, and you still ain't recognizing. Let's get with it. Let's wake up. Let's come on. Let's get unmonopolized and become the monopolists And this is how you do it. Come up with your own ideas, you make plans, you put your hands together, and you put your hands in it, and you do it. There ain't nothing else. You don't have to go asking for a grant. You don't have to go petitioning in the street. You don't have to go voting or whatever, any other means of begging. You don't have to do that. You know, it's just a matter of taking it upon yourself and doing it.
This is all about empowerment, and a new reality awaits. Right? A new existence awaits in the reality that we create. And
that's real.
You
that's
know,
real. You truly telling
yeah,
the truth. The reality we create.
It is. It is. I know you see a lot of things out there that make you think like, but no, you have the power.
This is a reality.
This is a reality.
We created.
Came out of nowhere.
Just
Did
like
the impossible. Right?
Else, somebody did that.
Yeah,
somebody
for
put
sure.
them there.
And that same energy, that same life force, that same power is within you. Free yourself to know it, to come to know it, to come to know the truth of what that is. And once you come to know your own power, the possibilities are endless. So I want you to have that free thought for the day, and however or wherever that carries you to. I say peace and blessings to you on your journey, wherever that is. And we certainly hope that come September 23rd that you will come and partake with us and experience everything that we're doing, and experience the creation and the manifestation of a new reality for all of us. You good?
I'm good.
All right, you ready to do your thing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a
you're right.
concept, man, and you gotta really get into what the fuck that means.
I'm glad you did, because
That shit's
Join the
crazy.
conversation.